NBC10 political commentator Sue O'Connell is here to talk about another aspect of this wide sweeping story, Sue. President Trump and the president of Colombia got into it over the weekend, and eventually it led to threats of tariffs. What happened that got everybody so fired up?
Well, Glenn, Colombian President Gustavo Petro denied 2 United States military planes permission to land in Bogota. The planes had at least 80 deported Colombian nationals on board. And then, in response, President Donald Trump announced he was going to punish Colombia with 20 to 50% tariffs. Now, Colombia, of course, is a major supplier of our coffee, our cut flowers, and coal. He also said that the United States would immediately revoke the visas of Colombian government officials, their allies, and their supporters. Now, President Petro, he responded with his own retaliatory tariff. Now, our biggest export to Colombia are agricultural products, so some saber rattling with our most important Latin American ally this weekend.
So a full-blown international incident, at least that's the way it sounds to me. How did it end?
Well, President Petro, he sent his presidential plane to go pick up his citizens who were left in Honduras, and he said he would accept flights when the United States established protocols that he said would ensure the dignified treatment of the expelled migrants. They were shackled and handcuffed, which has been the standard protocol for a while. So we don't know if that's going to happen, but the White House, they say Trump won and that Colombia is allowing the resumption of the deportation flights, and they say they have agreed to all of President Trump's terms. Now, that includes the arrival of deportees on those military flights.
So, Sue, I'm sort of expecting that we could see President Trump handle flights and the whole deportation process in this way in the future. Is that your conclusion as well?
Yeah, absolutely, Glenn, which means there's going to be chaos and disruption, and that's going to be the norm. Look, there's a lot more going on here than we can see. Like, why did Petro suddenly refuse deportation flights when they've been arriving in Colombia at least twice a week for quite a while, predating Trump? Maybe he's trying to inspire other Latin American leaders to do the same, and it may be working. Brazil, we haven't reported on this yet, they also condemned the Trump administration's deportation flights. They denounced the treatment of Brazilian nationals who arrived in the country on Friday. They called it degrading. So we'll see what happens.
All right, NBC10 political reporter Sue O'Connell. We'll be talking about this again in the future. I know we will, Sue. All right, thank you.